like a genie with a bottle, and you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. I think we're falling now. 100 in a Rari, like I'm gunning for my life. Think I could touch you there. Don't wanna touch you. If I touch you, then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. That you decided, baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I go tonight, 'cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life. Fucking with your girl and that's alright. Take your troubles, let the load off for the night if you want it. Oh yeah, if you're ready, then just say to be the one to. If you're ready, then I'm gonna be the one to. With you, keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. All you gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'ma ride or die. Wish that like a genie with a bottle, and you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'ma ride or die. Wish that like a genie with a bottle, and you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. To the high tide, it just throws me. To the low tide, pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. I think we're falling now. 100 in a Rari like I'm gunning for my life. Think I could touch you there. Don't wanna touch you, if I touch you then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. Let you decide it. Baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I work mine. Cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. To the high tide, catches and throws me. To the low tides, pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life. Fucking with your girl and that's alright. Take your troubles, let the load off for the night if you want it. Oh yeah, if you're ready then just say to be the one to. If you're ready then I'm gonna be the one to. With you, keep it real life with me. To the high tide, catches and throws me. To the low tide, pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. All you gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'ma ride or die. Wish that like a genie with a bottle, and you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. To the high tide, it just throws me. To the low tide, pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. I think we're falling now. 100 in a Rari like I'm gunning for my life. Think I could touch you there. Don't wanna touch you, if I touch you then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. Let you decide it. Baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I work mine. Cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. To the high tide, catches and throws me. To the low tides, pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life. Fucking with your girl and that's alright. Take your troubles, let the load off for for the night if you want it. Oh yeah, if you're ready, then just say to be the one to. If you're ready, then I'm gonna be the one to. With you, keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. All you gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That, you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'ma ride or die. Wish that, like a genie with a bottle. And you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. I think we're falling now. 100 in a Rari like I'm gunning for my life. Think I could touch you there. Don't wanna touch you, if I touch you then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. That you decided, baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I go tonight. Cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, cause I think we're falling now. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life. Fucking with your girl and that's alright. Take your troubles, let the load off for the night if you want it.
Alright, let's see how we go. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Can't see me. Or why the camera's not there. Where's on the camera? Let's have a look what's happening there. That's been running all afternoon. As soon as I run the stream, it disappears. There we go. Typical. Alright, we're going to try something that I think either hasn't been attempted or is not attempted very often in Twitch, and that's a trucking sim in VR. So we're going to be inside the actual truck, and we'll see how things go. Now, I have got chat in here, so I can see chat. I might have a bit of trouble with anyone subbing and such, but that's alright. We'll see how we go with that. Let's do a quick test. No, maybe not. Try the other one. read my... Change the channel from emote only. Might be a good start. Otherwise, no one can write anything other than just emojis. There we go. Chat now. Beautiful. Hey, buddy. You've probably been waiting to say that for a while now. Sorry about that. I'll get things organised. Cool. All right. We're all good, I think. Let's drive. Oh, that's right. I can't yet. I just started this one off. How are you, Raid? Thanks for coming along. Let's have a quick job. Because we're at the quick job level. We have to get ourselves enough money to be able to go around freely. What do we want to do? Let's do something really simple first, just to make sure it all works okay. $300 job. Let's take it. Don't know where that starts. I'm sure we'll figure it out real quick. Hope everyone can hear me okay. Alright, here we are. Yeah, good fella. So can you see the truck? I can see a truck. Send it though, we'll centre ourselves out. Have to use F12 for that. I haven't set up the controls for this one. There we go. Alright. Got the English chick. Oh, what's happened? I put it in first gear. Put it in first gear. That's the other thing too. I haven't set up the controls for this one. Don't know how many gears it's got. I'll hang a left here without taking out our trailer. It's just a test at this stage. Looks like I need to get myself organised with the high and low speed. As I'm guessing it's going to have more than 5 spin, being it's only a lone truck. Well, even the Jake sounds alright. What job's in here? A little bit stuttery. Well, that was a big job. I have an email. Now I have set this up on this Stream Deck, so I don't have to go in and out of the mask all the time. We'll skip that for now because we're going to be doing a few of these. Not really sure what's happened there. Just decided to go. I think Steam VR just shit itself. I think. And that can happen from time to time. Not very often though, mind you. Let's go back out into here. Thank you very much. Right, still a newbie. Haven't done anything as far as got my own truck organised, but we'll see how we go. Let's have a look. Back to the market again. Now what I do need to do is I need to work on the gear change. Let's go into what do I use for centering. So we'll go back into settings because I have changed that on my other playing account. We'll go into the settings and we can change the head thing. But I don't think we'll have any issues with having more than like an 18 speed. So we only need one high speed. Head reset. Now I made that this button here instead of having to look for it on my keyboard. There we go. Everything else looks good. Yep. Still streaming, still got me. See the gear stick? You can. Cool. Alright. Alright, so high and low speed, that on there. So we're going to put the high speed, the selection for gear stick. I think it's right up here somewhere. Let's go right at the top. Here we are, truck controls. Let's go down to, actually I think it might be in controls. Pretty sure it's in here, so it makes it a bit easier to find. There we go. So we're going to go with shifted toggle 1. It's going to be this side. Alright, NA for the other side. That should do it. We should be right. Let's see how that goes. Take a job. Quick market. Here, easy one again. Let's just make sure our controls are working. So far so good. So we go into high range. Should go 7. No, there's no high range on this one. Oh, it's 7, 8, 9. I think it's 13 speed, but I think we'll just deal with the first 7. Alright. Where do we need to go? Straight out and to the right. Pretty much back where we were, I think. Without hitting the trailer. This one looks like a longer trailer. Can't see if anyone's coming that way. Alright, there's the trailer going. Ooh, a bit close to the fence. Oh, a bit wider. Is he going to hit it? Alright, hit it, go over the curbs, okay. There we go. Alright, we're going to turn right after the lights change. Oops, hit the accelerator. Throw in a DAF. That mirror's in a pretty bad place. Nice wide swing. And there we are. Didn't really get out a second or third that time, did we? Now this one, I'm pretty sure, it's probably not going to give me 2 park options because it's too big. There we go. Let's go try and park one of these things. Where is it? Over there. Okay, this could be interesting. Got to go hard right, hard left, sorry, and then straighten out into it. Should be good either way. There we go. And I've got a key up here to do that with. As long as I didn't press the wrong button. There we are. All good. Still a newbie. Still haven't got a high enough level. We'll do a bigger job now. Let's knock out a decent sized job. What do we got here? 3,000? Hey, why not? See what that does. Let's see what this does. Good thing about these quick jobs is they start off where you are, so having to go get the bloody trailer. Like you do with the later ones. And a man. Alright. We've already got a trailer on, we have. We just have to go deliver it. Nice quiet truck, this one. How big's the trailer? She's a double again. How you been, Matt? Working hard on those phones, mate? Still waiting for you to call me back. Some nice big windmills up there. For anyone I was saying, there's a fairly scenic game, this one. Been playing American Truck Sim at the moment. Got quite a few different depots and quite a number of drivers. Making my millions. Well, not really making millions, but hundreds of thousands. My own truck and fully upgraded motor and gearbox and whatnot. There's some good scenery on that one too. But he said there's quite a difference, a lot of scenery in this game, so I have played it before, but not for a long time, and not for a lot of time, if you know what I mean. So don't really want to speed too much. I don't really have the money to be paying for speeding fines. We're going to be just sitting carefully at 80 k's an hour. Nice to be back to k's an hour. Everything's in pounds and miles on the American Truck Sim. You change it over and the street signs stay the same, so you don't know what the translation is to what speed you're supposed to do. I guess you work it out after a while, but it's just a lot easier just to stick to it. The only thing I changed is kilos to tons as opposed to pounds to the original setup. Instead of seeing 127,000 pounds, I now see 33 tons. Oh, let's turn my jake brake on. Slow down a bit quicker then. Oh, you're a slow one, aren't you? I really want to tail end this poor little Civic or whatever this thing is. Little Daihatsu. Well, that's a 2-master. It's a 3-mastering coast. Nice big ship off of the coast here. Fortunately, all these borrowed trucks have got small little motors in them. You can't really get too much speed up real fast. Sucks a bit. Oh, that's the way it goes when you first start off. You're going to stay in your lane. Don't you dare come over here. Seeing like American truckers, they end up changing lanes sometimes just sporadically, and it really drives you nuts. You have to hit the brakes really hard or you get in a fence. Helicopter's pretty cool. Stolen car, I reckon. Bit bouncy here. Whoa. Didn't check where this was actually going to. Like I'm still in Holland or something. These apartment buildings. Must be somewhere else. Pretty straightforward run, this one. Not many turn-offs at all. I'm pretty happy with this one so far. Only 15 minutes to finish the run, finish the delivery. Ask them to give me an easy one to start with. So we're going to need the other lane soon enough. Oh, coming in too fast. My bad. Didn't happen. Already got a violation on my first run. Oh, that's nice of you. Thanks for stopping. It's right down here. Yeah, once the lights are changed, I will. You want me to have another violation? Oh, I'm still in high range. Change back to low range. Is the job here? What's the next one up? Looks like it's the next one up. Right, we are here. We will go and park it. Because most of the time it's pretty easy with these big ones. Am I not in gear? I am in gear. Just the game being a bit of a pig there. Come in real close to this wall. So we can sweep around. These things are next to impossible to back. Okay. Couple extra points. Not a huge amount, but you know, it all counts. When you're new. Excellent. £3,000. Bam. Level 2. Nice. Going for long range. Always good to have the long range first, I think. Alright. Job market again. Let's have another real long one. Let's get some money up. Let's hope it's just as easy. What have we got on? I can't even see what we have. Just a Pantech, I think. Alright, where do we go? How do we get out of here is another question. Down there. Okay. This could be interesting. What are we driving? Another DAF. Oh, there we are. On there. There was a key to change that. I kind of try and feel around and find out what it is. Someone changes that, which is what I want. No. No. It's these ones, isn't it? Oh. Don't need to adjust that. That one. That's what I want. Oh, what's that? Is it a Fiat or something? Interesting truck. Alright. Have to head left straight away. Let's cut some traffic off. Another road train by the look of it. We get violations here for not stopping, I wonder. We don't get them in American trucks. Mind you, I can sort of afford some of the fines over there. I just can't afford them here. I have to have a look at how much the trucks are to buy. Another short one's only 2 hours. I say short one because I'm used to the American truck ones being 27 hours, which basically equates from hours to minutes. £60 for a violation in speed. Just before I go into the 80 zone. Nice. Gotta like those odds. Straight ahead for a little while. It's a Scania, that's what it is. was going to say, I'm trying to work out what that tiger is on the bloody, or lion or whatever it is on my steering wheel, to understand what truck I'm driving. Yep, speeding again. I have to say, I do like the Scanias. If I was to go with a flat nose, although Mercedes-Benz is better, I think. I don't know. Not sure how many different dealers you have over in Europe. There must be a bunch of them. Suppose it should be on the left lane. There's a windmill. And a modern windmill. An old windmill. Down the dippy thing again. Get seasick going down here. Bounce around like an idiot. There we go. Need to fix that road, don't they? Got a bit of power, this thing. Still gaining a bit of power up that hill. Gotta watch what I'm doing with speed with this much power. Like over the big bridge where there's a speeding camera. Or a cop nearby, I'm not sure what it was, but it got me last time. Ain't going to be getting me again. Well, I try not to get me again. Back at 80. Get the right gear. Jeez, I'm doing 90. Take it easy, son. Can't afford that many fines. Especially that speed. Let's get this car. Yep. Oh, geez, right here. Quicker turn left than I expected, but we made it anyway. Amsterdam. Into here, eh? So we'll go in a hurry on this one. It's a bit of a short area to be parking in. All is possible. 3 of 30. Nice. The $3,000. Now I'm going to go with, imagine you need to get to a certain place to get it. Oh, I found a Mercedes-Benz dealer. That's nice. Let's go have a look what that says. Yes, let's go have a look. What do we need? 11, yeah, right, okay, for the base model. 116th grand. And I can't buy anything else until I can't do anything until I get to level 16. Really? So a lot of quick jobs to get anywhere. This won't let me buy it. Why? Because I don't have the money? Usually it'll tell you how much money you've got or what level you need to be. It doesn't say anything on the level now. It's the next one up. Where does it say available at what level? 10,000. I'm nowhere near enough to pay for it. Huh. I just thought I'd say what level I need to be. But I'm that new at the game, I'm guessing you're not going to be able to see any of that anyway. Well, not new at the game, but new at this particular run anyway. Alright, so. Skills, we're good. Yep. So let's take another quick job. Keep taking some of these big ones. Hanover, Denmark. In a man. Yeah, it looks reasonably long. We do a search for highest price. Or are we doing lowest price? No, we're doing lowest price. We go high price. $5,000 is the biggest you can get. Yep. Until we start getting some levels up, we can't do anything about that. So we'll just keep leveling. Keep on a driving. Back in a man, yeah, sounds like one. Where is it? There. Turn on my Jake. And then you still have to adjust your head. It's always good to have a shortcut for the head adjustment on your key, on your controller, in this case the steering wheel. Only because in VR you can't see anything. You're feeling around, pretty much. Will I make these green? No. There's a person walking. My bloody horn's not working. Make it better, I don't make these green ones either. No. We seem to get red light after red light. See that, or green light after green light. Couple of buses. Oh, there we go into Olympic Village. Look, going to back it down one gear. Losing revs. It's actually a longer ride than this one because I think it was over 3 hours. Must have been 4 hours or something with the, which is a bit more of a shine on the 2 hour ones I've been doing for the longest hauls. Didn't see what the cost involved, the money for the job actually. I just took the longest one. Should probably do a little bit more research into which ones to take. Get rid of that mirror too. It's unrealistic to have a mirror in the middle of the truck. One of these buttons does it. Which one is it? This one? No, not that one. That one. There we go. We need that one up the top there either. Where are you? There. Oh, good. Don't need any of those. They're not needed. And they're not possible in a real truck. Doesn't really spell out a simulator to me. All these things that don't exist, they shove up there. Along with the GPS, but I think I'll get lost without the GPS. Just the lights on too. Where are you? Keep her on, eh? Got a recruitment agency coming up or truck dealer, whichever. That's a truck dealer, Volvo. Nice. Got a green light. Nice change. Third exit on the roundabout, eh? This could be fun in a bigger truck. Oh, she even tells you when to exit. That's nice. No roundabouts in America. Well, there is, but not on American Truck Sim. There didn't seem to be. That's new to me. Like it's a bit ambitious for me to go into the 11th, I think. We're going a bit too quick. Oh, proper. Better watch me speed. Am I keeping right or left? Keeping right. Oh, pardon me. That car's hooking along. Was this the O-Bahn? Oh no, still only doing 80. We've got an hour and 11 left on this run. Bit of rain. Now, which one was the wipers again? That one. There's some big wipers in this thing. Discovered Hanover. Hey, Spade. How you going, buddy? Oh, just noticed I went through a red light reading that. Sorry. My bad. I was supposed to turn left there too. Whoopsie days. That's right. I found a Scania dealer. Low range, thank you very much. I'm going to get far and high range around here. Turn left and turn left. Alright. Once it turns green I will. I can't see what the lights are, so I'll wait for this truck to move. There we go. That must be time to go. A little bit too far forward. I couldn't see the lights. Home Alone previous life history, feeling anxious and threatened. Oh, that's no good. Don't be feeling anxious and threatened. Not a good state to be in. Oh, that's no good. Murray Bridge is a pretty secure place to live by the sound of things. Keep hearing these sorts of things happen all the time. I know I don't think I'd live out there. Yeah, right. Yeah, you feel a bit insecure if you don't deal with it very well, that's for sure. I don't think I'd be able to deal with that. There's some really big rat traps up. Electrify the front door knob, you know, that sort of thing. You bought a motorbike yesterday. Nice. Tell me all about it. What kind of motorbike is it? What did we get for that lot? Oh, $5,000. Nice. That should get us up to level 3. Did. Well, ain't a newbie though. Long range, thank you very much. Oh yeah, cool. Something for local scooting. Just be careful with it, obviously. It's just the same as a bigger bike. They're just as dangerous as each other. $5,000 looks like the biggest still that we can get. I guess after this run we might get bigger ones again because we only just leveled up. Where are we going? Amsterdam to Newcastle, Great Britain. Okay. Yep, 100 is still 100. Yeah, that's it. They're both just dangerous on the road, whether it's 100 or it's a 1340 like mine. There's enough idiots out there, just keep an eye on them. Always think 2 cars ahead. Best advice I can give you from 30 years of riding. How the hell do I get out of here? Okay. Must be around there, has to be. Hope it's not too big a bloody trailer, I won't be able to get out. Oh, there it is. I'm like a castle or something. Yeah. Just trying to obey the road rules if you can, mate. It's not easy to do sometimes with some of these idiots out there. Take it from me. Single boat. Bogey wheel, which is good. Just riding back to the bridge. Yeah, that's always a good idea. I've done that many times. The only trouble is you get a fair bit of the flutter if you're too close to the trucks. And believe it or not, half the guys that I know that are riding in our club over there are mainly truck drivers. And they understand how bikes operate. So they're usually pretty good at it. They're very aware of motorcycles. As opposed to some people that are using their phone and whatnot. Not watching where they're going, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Especially if you're doing a lot of night riding, it's good for the roos and stuff as well, because they're always a big issue. Big threat on the road. You don't want to hit a kangaroo on a motorbike. I've lost a few friends doing that. And as you get older like me, you don't have as good a reaction time as you used to. You think you can do a lot more than you used to be able to do, and you can't. This truck, he's changed lanes for me. Yes, good. Go back into high range, I think. Straight through this lot. Change that GPS over. Might have to make a thing for that. Sorry, mate, I can't merge. I now can. Depends on what you're doing with it. You know, most of the time people don't die in motorbike accidents. They suffer a lot before anything like that sort of happens. Because believe it or not, most people try and avoid that sort of thing. Well, that was a jet plane really close to the ground then. Must be an airport coming up. Yeah. That's why I sometimes ask myself whether it's actually worth me still doing that, to be honest. Still riding because of the dangers of, you know, injury. You don't bounce back as easy when you get older. Don't recover as quick. Yeah, there's always dangers in things that are enjoyable too. The more fun they are, the more bloody danger there is. I found that out. It's that t-shirt with a chipmunk on it. It's all fun until someone loses a nut. The airport is an overcar. It's interesting. I've never seen that before. Bloody plane going overhead. As in on the tarmac. Only in Europe. These things are always bouncy down here. I don't know why. Like it's bugged or something. some big tunnels in Europe. There's not very many big tunnels in American trucking. I might not have been in the right counties to see it, but I hadn't seen very many. I'm like about 40% of the map covered. My jake brake, did I knock it off? Must have. $14. This is a big one, this one. Guess I should probably start looking at the distance involved with how much money's to be earned too. Now we've got to this point. We don't want to be doing really long trips for the same price it is to do a very short trip. Well, I got nowhere else I can go. Now what? Can't tell me anything? No? Just I can drive. Where am I? This way? Oh, I've got to go onto a ferry. I think. Oh yeah, United Kingdom. How do I get across there? What do I click on? Hello. Oh, okay. Hull. Or there. Where do we need to go? Wrong button. Where's it? That button. There it is. We need to get a Hull. Cut it a bit shorter. Because if we go over here, we're going to go right through all that. Although, it will give us extra points of knowing where we are. Harwich or Hull? Harwich. Yep. You find a new route for me. Looks like we're turning right. I think we're on the other side of the road now too. Go through the roundabout, in other words. Got a weird speed limit, 97. Couldn't round it up to 100, could they? But it's going straight on, it's turning left. Really? I think it might be just certain games you're playing, maybe. There were certain ones that used to do that to me as well. But now, because I've played VR quite a bit, it doesn't seem to really concern me as much. Mind you, the next day you feel like you're a bit groggy, like you're half pissed or something, because of your balance and whatnot. But that sort of goes away after 3 days of VRing, pretty much. Yeah, I can't play any games that have got like 3 different directions and stuff, like the Asteroid game or Descent. I couldn't imagine playing that in VR. That'd just drive me nuts. It'd start getting head spins all over the joint. Whereas games like this, where you're just sitting here in front of a steering wheel and you're still sitting down, you don't have to have any balance, is quite enjoyable. But it's the main reason why I invested in the HP as well, because of the 4K low tracking ability of the handsets. Having said that, if I was going to go with the more 3D stuff with the handsets and whatnot, I'd actually go in to get the Steam ones, what they call the Valve Index controllers for that. That's what I would do. Because I've already got the satellites from the HTC that I could put up for them. But I don't really have any games that I want to play with those controls at this stage. Flight assist off dogfighting, yeah, it would be. I haven't done any flight sims. That'd be fun, I think. I mean, I've done a lot of flight sims, but not in VR. As in, like, dogfighting, BF 1942 was fun. But that wouldn't be in VR. You'd have to get a specific one that works in VR. Yep. Good joystick. Oh, I think I just took the wrong turn. My bad. That wasn't very well explained. Have we had too big a jump in hours of driving? But that's all right. The more stuff we see, the more points we get. Yeah, I got the Thrustmaster achievement in this somewhere. I think it must be, they must make a steering wheel as well. This one's a Logitech 920, I think. Which is doing 100 kilometers an hour. What am I doing? Get done by the Bobby. Keep right and continue straight on. So towards London. Don't forget to see Big Ben. I had a lot more accidents on the light bikes myself. I prefer a heavy one. Only because I'm, I guess, a little overcautious. The lighter ones, they pull up quicker, but you can throw them around really quickly. And I have a lot of trouble with that. So if I was, most of the stuff that I've had trouble with light bikes is that I think that I'm still on a heavy one. Go over like a level crossing with a little bit of a lump where it actually gets you airborne, which wouldn't happen on a heavy bike, but it happens all the time on a light bike. You have to be really careful of. Outside, I think it still is down to how you ride it as well. For a long time, I had a RZ250, which was a two-stroke, which is really light. And I ripped that off over a level crossing because I come off of an ex-police Honda K2, which was much heavier at the time. But that was a long time back when Harleys weren't really available in Australia that much. What am I doing? I'm going straight on. Okay. Sorry, car. Yeah. It's not a matter of torque to lift up, it's the cruising speed. Like if you're going through a town that has 80 as a cruising speed, or if you're late for something and you want to give it a little bit extra, and you go over a crossing that has a bit of a lump in it, or I don't know, a T section or a cross section that you've got right away, and it has a bit of a rise to it, you know. It's not a matter of how much power you have to be able to lift it up. So I'm guessing you got your L's. Like my son, he's got a 500 with L's. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And quite honestly, heavy, light, whatever bike, be aware of a couple of things. First, the lines. Number one, watch out for the lines. The lines are as slippery as shit, no matter what time of the day it is. Pick a high side or a low side. Don't ride in the middle. The middle is where all the oil comes down from the trucks and the cars. And railway lines are your worst enemy, so be very careful of that in NWS plates, because they are metal and they're slippery. So just be aware of those, and of course you'll realise ruts in the road. You'll end up obviously steering itself because of the tyres. The smaller bikes have thinner wheels. So if someone's lost a wheel and put a gouge in the road, or a roadworks has put a gouge there, you'll tend to try and steer itself a little bit. Don't be afraid of it, just go with it. But the number one thing that a lot of them don't teach you in riding schools and stuff like that is the grease trap in the middle of the road. And people say, oh, you know, he's a motorbike, why isn't he in the middle? Why is he off to the closer to the middle or closer to the side of the road? Because bike riders that have known the road for a long time realise that's where the oil drops. So most seasoned or long riding riders will always pick high or low side, even in formation, mainly because there's enough room for it. Going for L soon. When does the stand on a bike? When do you use a stand on the bike? Don't understand that question, I'm sorry. I've got to turn off here too. Go in front of DHL. Keep left. Straight on left, okay. Oh, you want to stand up on the bike as you're riding it? Is that what you mean? Never done it myself. It's not a big thing for me. It's more of cross bike riders do that. It's a dirt bike thing. Also a comfortable thing. You know, if you're going to go over a really hardcore lump, you can lift yourself off the bike seat a bit just to take the impact as a rider like you would do on a horse. You know, you're not going to sit on the saddle when it's cantering because you'd get knocked in the back of the arse all the time. There's a level crossing out towards the coast if you end up going out that way. It's a really bad one, but I think they fixed it now that we used to go over all the time. It's down by on your way out to Victor Harbour. That's a pretty shit road to start with, but there's a level crossing there which they call the Canoe Tree. So turn off to I can't think of now, boat racing, like anyway, there's, yeah, as I say, there's a train crossing there, and it's got a massive lump in it. Well, it used to. And if you went back towards Strathalbyn from the coast, it really hits hard to the point where it could actually bend a rim, I think. But I think they fixed it. I'm not sure. I haven't been out there for a while. Excuse me. But that was a real pain. And you find your own around Murray Bridge and places like that as well that are just not good to sit in the seat for, because it's such a hardcore lump. And your suspension's a lot more rigid than a car. Yeah, Bridge and Manham, yeah. Yeah, it's all pretty good out that way, really. Not too bad. Don't know. I've been on the highway with a 125 before. It's not that bad once you get a bit of a momentum up. I personally wouldn't have a 125. I would always go with like 350 and above, only for the sake of the power. It is dangerous to have an underpowered bike. I found that out pretty quickly too. Because if you're looking to pass someone safely, sometimes it's not easily achieved when you don't have the power there. I actually did that once with passing a truck with a 250 that I had. It's a really old 250 Honda 4-stroke. And I went to pass someone downhill, and the truck sped up downhill and a truck came the other way. So I was right between the two trucks going like that. And I was in the middle of it all. And that was pretty scary. Seeing my life flash before me. Had I been on a bigger bike, I just would have passed them. I would have done over the speed limit, but I would have been safer than not having the power there, that's for sure. So there's two ends of the stick. Plus, you're also going to know how to handle a powerful bike as well. You don't want to do that without knowing how to handle it. You can easily flip off that and high side it. Yeah. That was a good thing about the 2-stroke. Like in my day, 250 was the L's bike. You couldn't get any bigger. It was restricted by the size of the motor, not the power like you got today. And the 250 2-stroke had a power band at 4,500 revs. So if you were to pass someone, you could easily knock it back a couple of gears and hit the power band, or go straight out to like, oh, maybe it was higher than that. It might have been 12,000. It'd go right out to 16,000 revs on a 2-stroke. And it'd have this huge amount, it's like a turbo, huge amount of power to pass someone, which was fun. But also, I think a lot safer if you knew how to mitigate that properly. Yeah, you're going to be super light, yeah. So you're not going to be able to pull down the brakes really hard if you lock it up. Has it got ABS, do you know? Is it a newish sort of sports bike, or is it more of a cross bike? We're on the M1, the famous M1. It's like an American truck. I was looking for Route 66 down in Arizona, I think. Or is it Los Angeles? I can't remember. I think it's around Los Angeles to Arizona. And yet to find it. No ABS, yeah. So be careful with that, with the speed that you do with that thing. As soon as you start reaching 100, 110 with that, because if you've got no ABS, you can lock it up really easy, being very light. So you don't want that happening. It's a big problem if it's wet, or if you high side it, yeah. But I mean, these are only in emergency situations. Sometimes you panic and do that. You can lock up the rear brakes. I always, with the lighter bikes, I always 80% rear, 25% front. Most of the front end stuff is really just stopping and starting in traffic. You don't use that on the highway. The hard part I found with mine is that the back end will slip around and then you high side off if you hit the brakes too hard. So just be careful of that if you're on a corner or you're turning and you brake. Because some idiot stopped in the middle of the road or whatever. That's the scary part, especially when there's liquid horsepower everywhere. What sort of gear you should invest in? As far as the jacket goes, like your top, very first thing you need to invest in is a good top and a good jacket. I did that for my son. You can't really skimp on that, really push it hard to what you can afford, because some of them have spinal protection. And really what you're protecting against is losing your skin on the road if something bad does happen. You always have to assume the worst, because you're going to be riding on your back as you slide along on the ground. And really good gloves, because you always put your hands out. It's just a human thing to do when you fall over. So you want to have good gloves, you want to have a good jacket. Second to that, you want to have good boots. And then, work on your pants as sort of last, because whatever you do with your legs, you tend to always try and leave them flopping around. You don't want to stiffen them up if something bad happens. So, yeah, it's a good idea, the padded up ones. Me and the wife put a major investment in the jacket for my son. We got a I can't think of this. It's a known brand thing that we got from Peter Stevens downtown. Set us back about $300-400, but it's sort of more peace of mind that if something does happen, he doesn't end up losing all the skin on his back or his shoulders or his arms or his elbows, which is the first thing. One of the riders we've got at Long Riders is an ambulance officer, and he is so steadfast on protection. Even in the really, really hot days, some of the guys used to ride with just their cut-off. And it used to drive him nuts, because he used to go out to those call-outs in his ambulance and whatever, and half of them would lose all of their skin if they come off, due to other people, not because of their own riding. Yep. Yeah, dirt's actually a little bit more forgiving. I've done that a few times too. Dirt, rubble, all that sort of stuff. Not so bad. The road is a lot more like sandpaper. It doesn't move. Yeah. You're lucky you did it on dirt. I've got to say, there's some of the idiots out there riding bikes with friggin' thongs on and shorts and whatever else, you know. I look at them and think, oh my God. You know, and then I see scooter riders with no glasses on a helmet, like an open face helmet. That's also a big no-no. Of the amount of people I've seen, hit a wasp or a bee, a real hard beetle, and a big black eye from it. Imagine that hitting your pupil and blinding you. You know, that wouldn't be fun. Eye protection is a big thing. Full face helmet's always nice. I ride with a open face helmet, but I'm calling the kettle black there on that one. But I always wear good safety glasses with them. I haven't found a good full face helmet. Once I do, I'll put one on. Plus, I've got a really big shield on the front of my bike, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, lack of visors, yeah. They'll do that. You don't want to be having a lack of visors. You want things bouncing off that. In fact, the first time I bought a bike back after having the children and then moving on and stuff, because we ended up having to lose my bike when we had the kids and stuff, just practical reasons. And the first day back, I got a really big, what was it, a 1800 Suzuki Boulevard C109. It was huge. Had two big, what do they call those things on it? I've still got one on my Harley now. It looks like a supercharger on the sides, a hypercharger. And the day I brought it home, a mate brought me there on the back of his bike, and then I brought it home. I went past a bunch of galahs on a Mallee post on the way back from Murray Bridge, because I bought it from Bridgelands. And they all took off all at once just as I went past, and I hit all four or three of the galahs with my bike, and I was so happy that I had a shield on that day. There was all this dust all over the shield. I hit them at about 120, 130 k's an hour. I was just feathers and shit everywhere. Mate that was riding with me couldn't stop laughing for, like, he reckons 3 or 4 kilometres afterwards in his helmet. He said it looked like I hit a big pillow. But it wouldn't have been funny if I didn't have that shield on the front or a full face helmet on, that's for sure. It would be lots of scars and probably stitches, I would say. Yeah, I've seen them too. They're pretty cool. There is one that I want to get hold of, but I can't seem to find a shop that has it. Harley Heaven in town usually has them, but they're out of stock. A lot of things are out of stock now because of this COVID. Haven't been back there for a while though. They might have it back in stock now. And that was a good helmet. Looks pretty cool. It's a full face helmet that breaks up. It opens up on the front. But it breaks up in a certain way where you can still ride with it without it being like a wind parachute or anything. So it's just pretty cool. Well, we're down to our last hour and 59 minutes of this, what was it, like 12 hours or something, this run. It was a while. Probably ride with visor up with it, yeah, over the Oakleys. Yeah, do that domestically. Like in traffic and stuff around the place, but when you start hitting the freeway, there's no sense in having just a visor up. Hit the visor down with the Oakleys. My son bought himself a visor that you can easily change on the front of his helmet to a mirrored one for the summer. And that's pretty cool. He said that's so much better, not having the sun in your face with that. Avoid the freeway. Yeah, you generally do on a smaller bike. It's not a freeway bike. You generally do the back roads so you can sort of sweep through the hills and stuff. It's a bit more of the jet fighter feel, you know, like the Boy Rider sort of thing. That's why I like the Harleys more. I'd rather be on the freeway, to be honest. I like the freedom of what speed and no one around you. will open up. But that's a bigger motor, like you're saying, so don't have any trouble with power with that. Not that it's the biggest motor out there. Geez, I tell you what, mine would be probably the smallest one in the way of today's Harleys. They're up to like 1800, 1200 cc's now. They're huge monsters. Yeah, local scooting mines. Yeah. What about this? I was going to finance a 300cc Yamaha MT-03. Yeah. So was my son. He was hot on the MT-03, MT-05, MT-09s. MT-09's more, 5 as opposed to 3 because you can still ride that on your lambs as well. But my nephew did that, which is he found it really easy to pop it on the back wheel, which is what those bikes were designed for. And he lost his license. He got caught 22 times doing monos down the road, so he's lost his license for nearly 2 years. And he was only on his L's. So they're dangerous if you don't treat them properly. They're not a bike that I enjoy looking at. To be honest, I seen one, I went, ugh, like a Grom, but it's a larger version of it. I'm more into the cruisers or even the sporties like the CBRs. Not into the naked bike sort of thing. I used to be, but yeah, moved on from it. Yep. Very naked, changed the pipes on it, and it's got a lot of power. Heaps to mess around with on the MT-05. It was MT-06, I can't remember. One of those two. Sort of glad that he ended up getting a CBR 500R instead. It's so much better looking bike, but he was quite lucky, really. The guy that sold it, I think it was around Madden Way, Riverland Way. He only had like, I think it was 1,000, not even that, maybe 600 Ks on the clock. I think it was. It was almost new, and he'd done his back in at work and couldn't ride it. So he sold it for a song. He got it for like 4 or 5 grand or something. He was very lucky. No, you're absolutely 100% right. My daughter did the same thing too. My second eldest, she's 22, and she said, "Dad, I want to start riding." And I said, "Whatever you do, don't finance an expensive bike. Just get one you're happy. If you drop it, you're not going to be really disappointed." And when I say drop it, I mean, forget to put the stand down or something silly like run into a bit of a bollard with it or cross it over, which you'll do, one time or another. And you're not losing masses of money doing it. With a newer bike, you drop them once and it's worth $1,000 to fix it, because of the plastic and everything on them. Get the experience up first and buy a cross bike sort of thing. Make all the mistakes, learn by them, and then go on from there. That's how I did it too. I had a crappy 250 for a long time. Crossing over, like, you go from one foot to the other. So if you're pulling up on one foot, you've got to pull up on the other foot. And so you cross over from one foot to the other or something like that. Or maybe not have your foot down fast enough. Or the worst one I've come across, and I've still done it to this day, is actually put the stand down thinking that it's down and it's not. And it goes over because it needs to click forward for the stand to actually hold the bike. Otherwise, it just sort of goes forward a little bit and then just folds the stand up and you drop the bike. That happens a lot. And the other one is when you pull up and you go to put your foot down and the ground is further down than you think because you stopped on a pothole, and then you put it over there too. So you learn these things as you go along. It's all to do with experience, and the experience is best learned on a cheaper bike than an expensive one, unless you've got money to burn. I personally wouldn't do it. Turn the front wheel, yeah. The funny thing is also I found out through no fault of my own that they don't show you what you use the centre stand for, which is really strange. Like my son and my nephew and a couple of others that have gotten to their P2s, in all their lessons they don't tell them how to use the centre stand. The centre stands are very important, I found, for parking and all sorts of stuff. But they never showed them how to use it properly, how to use the momentum of the bike to put the centre stand down properly, which I taught them. Which made a big difference to their riding experience because they wanted to park it on the dirt in the rain or things like that. You're not going to use the side stand. It's just going to sink in and fall over. Plus, it's a lot more secure up on its centre stand than it is on the side stand. People can't push it over as easy or knock it over if they run into it in a car park. Oh, yeah, I had a GSXR 1100 for a while. That's a heavier bike. But again, also just as dangerous, if not more, because of the power in the rear wheel. And, of course, changing down as well. All sorts of stuff you learn on those. The last bike I had was a YZF 750R, which is Mick Doohan's bike. It's one of those race riders. You don't know who he is. Like Wayne Gardner was around the same era. And man, I nearly killed myself on that thing because I thought I still had the reaction time that I used to have, but nah, I was nowhere near it. And the bike just wanted to go. Just wanted to go flat out everywhere. Yeah, some of them don't. A lot of the bike generally they do, but sometimes they don't. Has it got a twin exhaust or just a single? Oh, I don't want to hit bricks. Oh, I have to change back. Mr. Gear. Single, yeah. Possibly because it's light, you probably won't have one. But as soon as you get the 250, 350 area, then it's probably a bit different. One thing my old man used to say to me all the time, even though it's sort of partly true, he'd always say to me, remember, they've always got better brakes than you have. And I've always kept that in mind, even though most of the time nowadays that's not the case. But if you keep that in mind, then you would ride a bit safer. I found I rode a lot safer, knowing that I needed to give them a lot more room. As in other traffic. I'm glad I sort of missed that turn off. There's quite a number of things I have to discover through here. Yeah, that's not a bad piece of advice, that's for sure. That way you're at least prepared. Is it in there or not? No? Further around, okay. What's over here? Oh, Mercedes-Benz dealer, nice. I'm going to turn right where I didn't turn right last time. This is where I made a mistake last time. There we go. We're here. Yeah, if I rode to work, hang on. If I rode it to work, I'd be to a farm at 7 a.m. on the weekend. And in the bridge, no one's up at that time. Yeah, it's got a bit of more of an empty road, which is always nice. Well, I park this trailer. That's right in front of me anyway. Always nice to have the road to yourself. What do we get? Oh, $5,000, that's all. Got to keep an eye on my... Although I did get a lot of on the road points there by the look of it. A lot of experience. Always nice. Right, what does he say here? Because he had his share of bikes, yeah. A stepdad who's basically my father wants to take me and my sister to a practice track. Absolutely. Great idea. More often you do that, the better off you are. Because he had his fair share of bikes. And my mother's basically fucking hated them at the moment, yeah. Mothers always hate motorcycles. Mothers and motorcycles, mate. My wife and my son's motorcycle did not mix at all. And I apparently wasn't a very good role model when it comes to that because I'm a bike rider. So, it's the way it goes, you know? What do you do? Right, let's have a look at this price is at $9,000. To Steward. Where's that going to? Right down there in Germany. $8,000. Same distance. $7,000. A little bit less. See if we can get any different cargo, that's all. Don't think we can. I think that's going to be later. I think we're going to get all a little bit different here. Yeah. Oh. He said it's legal and not a good idea for me to practice my shopping. Oh, stopping and starting. Yeah, always good to do that, but not on your driveway, nah. Do that on a track or a big car park. I've seen that happen a lot in Adelaide, actually. You go down there and you see all these oil platers in the car park practicing. That's pretty cool. What time are we up to here? Blind as bat I am. Let me tell you. Well, that was that. I think I'm going to pull the pin on that one, Entity, even though we're having a good chat there. I just wanted to see. I'm going to go back and have a look at how that stream went, see whether it's something I want to keep going with. Clutch control is a brilliant idea too, absolutely. Clutch control is a big thing with bikes. A lot easier on the light bikes, and you need it for the heavier ones, definitely. If you don't have any clutch control, you're in deep trouble because, yeah, it makes it very difficult. Well, the bank wants to sell me some loans. I think it wants me to go and get a loan to buy a truck. Yeah, look at that, 400,000. We might do that next stream. All right, saved our progress. That's good. We made 4 or 5 levels. I'm happy with that. Good work. Let's put the glasses back on. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Thanks for keeping me occupied. Spade, it was good chat. Hope you're safe on that bike. We'll see you back on again fairly soon. Everything seems to be a little bit more back on the norm for me. Not been streaming for a while because we've had some family issues, but everything's sorting out, which is good. Nothing serious, thank goodness. And now I can get back to doing some a little bit more mainstream stuff, a little bit more streaming on a regular basis. Hopefully try and keep to our schedule if possible. We'll see how that eventuates. And we'll see you again. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, it's been a great chat. And stay safe. And we'll see you again very soon. See you next time.
All you gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'ma ride or die. Wish that like a genie with a bottle, and you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. I think we're falling now. 100 in a Rari like I'm gunning for my life. Think I could touch you there. Don't wanna touch you. If I touch you, then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. That you decided, baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I go tonight. 'Cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life. Fucking with your girl and that's alright. Take your troubles, let the load off for the night if you want it. Oh yeah, if you're ready, then just say to be the one to. If you're ready, then I'm gonna be the one to. With you, keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't let go, please, 'cause I think we're falling now. All you gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'ma ride or die. Wish that like a genie with a bottle, and you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me, till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me, 'cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me, just hold me now. Don't you. If I touch you, then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. That you decided, baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I go tonight. Cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, please. Cause I think we're falling now. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life. Fucking with your girl and that's alright. Take your troubles, let the load off for the night if you want it. Oh yeah, if you're ready, then just say to be the one to. If you're ready, then I'm gonna be the one to. With you, keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, please. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, please. Cause I think we're falling now. All you gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'ma ride or die. Wish that like a genie with a bottle. And you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, please. Cause I think we're falling now. I think we're falling now. 100 and a Rari like I'm gunning for my life. Think I could touch you there. Don't wanna touch you. If I touch you, then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. That you decided, baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I go tonight. Cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, please. Cause I think we're falling now. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life. Fucking with your girl and that's alright. Take your troubles, let the load off for the night if you want it. Oh yeah, if you're ready, then just say to be the one to. If you're ready, then I'm gonna be the one to. With you, keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling now. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, All you gotta do is say the word and I'ma slide. That, you don't understand my ways. You ain't never had nobody like me, I'm a ride or die. Wish that, like a genie with a bottle, and you know I'm gonna see you in the nighttime. And baby, you can hold me, that'd be so fine. Everything is perfect for the one time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Keep it real life with me. To the high tide catches and throws me. To the low tide pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling out. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, please. Cause I think we're falling out. I think we're falling out. 100 in a Rari like I'm gunning for my life. Think I could touch you there. Don't wanna touch you. If I touch you, then we're fucking. I don't wanna waste my time. That you decided. Baby, close your eyelids. I don't want for you to see me where I go tonight. Cause baby, it will hurt you for a long time. Everything is perfect if you're all mine. Tell me if you're ready, then we're on time. Keep it real life with me. Till the high tide catches and throws me. Till the low tide's pulling us out. If we capsize, baby, just hold me. Cause I think we're falling out. Put that on me. Just hold me now. Don't let go, please. Cause I think we're falling out. He just wanna party for the night. He just wanna live it like the life.